Hey Ubisoft, I got a news flash for you. The next time you try to hype a game for a particular version in a press release, give people more of a reason to buy that game on that platform than saying a very derogative spiel coming out of your mouth. That would make me feel much better about Watch Dogs on the Wii U whenever that sees the light of day. Hi folks, this is RRPG here, and I want to give my 2 cents on this tweet that was made by the creative director of Watch Dogs made to a fan on Twitter with answering his question about the Wii U version of that game. First of all, I want to say that when it comes to people who ask questions on any social networking site, or on a company website, or on an official website for a video game for that matter, in general, the answers they want to hear are ones that will make them justify a purchase for that said version, not state anything else that will back them away from doing so otherwise. This is the problem I had when it came to Square-Enix when they did an extremely poor job with handling the situation involving Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut going multi-platform. Granted, I understand half of the reason why companies make quick changes for stuff like this because they only care about meeting their bottom line, but what they don't realize is that they can lie through their teeth when it comes to exclusive content for the original version ending up on the others. Not to mention, the ports of that version end up being cheaper instead of being at the same price as the more superior one. I just don't get the idea that it's okay to price a game at $30 for a platform that is already winding down with its generation cycle, but it is not okay to do that for the Wii U, as they give more incentive to make people move away from that version of the game instead. I don't care if Square Enix said that the Wii U version is the definitive version, because announcing that that version of the game is more expensive means they created another problem when trying to keep in touch with their credibility. Ubisoft has become no different, especially when Jonathan Morin had this to say about the Wii U version of Watch Dogs when asked about the graphics. First of all, this is what Twitter user Sarge Sparta asked. Will the Wii U version still look considerably better than PS3 and look more on par with PS4 and Xbone? And this is what Morin had to say. Well, it's somewhat in between, but closer to PS3 360, which logic from a technical standpoint. Are you kidding me? You'd be that blunt to say something like that and to not reassure him or to get him excited with buying that game for the Wii U? Besides, when did the idea of talking about exclusive features or about how strong the visuals are when it comes to the notion of trying to sell a game for any platform? Nobody wants to hear that, as they want to hear strong and powerful words to help get people interested. That is called building up hype. Let me give you another example of how Ubisoft tried to hype up the Wii U version, and they did a piss poor job with handling that outcome. This is what they said. I think it's even going to be a bit better than the PS3 and the Xbox 360. If you pump the PC to its maximum, there are things in the filtering and rendering that I think are possible on high-end PCs that are pretty amazing. Wii U is pretty much in between. It's neither of them, not current gen, maybe closer to current gen than next gen. You see, this is the kind of thing that people will get bored from when it comes to a company trying to sell a game on any platform. I know some of you may say that there are people who care about the specs and visuals of the different versions of a game, but come on! When has that become such a worried focus? Consoles are not PCs, as that talk should be for that medium only. I play video games on consoles to have fun. Thinking about visuals or the specs of a console comes at the bottom of the list. This type of PR that Ubisoft is giving isn't helping them with what they are doing, and it is giving people less of a reason to buy the Wii U version of that game because they want to be excited and not let down. If you want an example of great hype for a game, then take a look at Andy Tudor from Slightly Mad Studios when he hypes the Wii U version of Project Cars all the time. This is what he said about the Wii U build of the game in his most recent statement. I literally just had a blast racing around one of our tracks in the rain, the most graphically intensive weather setting, and it held up pretty damn well. Of course there are optimizations still to be done, but side by side, the Wii U version that we have running in the studio is extremely promising. Now that there is what I call hype. Andy Tudor didn't even stutter or go into full detail about PC settings or how strong the visuals are for the Wii U build of Project Cars, as he kept it simplified, easygoing, and straight to the point. That is the kind of thing that companies need to follow if they want their product to sell on the Wii U and on any platform in general. Being blunt and not excited when answering someone's question to quell their fears isn't helping them at all. When it comes to Watch Dogs on Wii U, I want to be excited in buying that game for that console. But I can't justify a purchase for the Wii U version if Ubisoft continues to act completely dense if they don't know how to hype up their games on social trends when fans ask them questions. It's like they are afraid or something is holding them back from convincing people to buy that version when the others are releasing at the end of May. Now, I know that there are those that will say that Mario Kart 8 is coming around that same week as Watch Dogs, and that would immediately flop on the Wii U if it came within that same week. Yeah, I can understand that and agree to that logic, because the Mario Kart franchise holds more value than most other games out there because of how high in quality that series is when compared to others. But that isn't the main point, as all platforms, including the Wii U, need to be hyped up so that people can easily be grasped into purchasing any version instead of leaving one in the dust, and Ubisoft didn't do that as they shot down in scoring a potential buyer for the Wii U build of Watch Dogs. My final point for this topic is this to Ubisoft, or any third party in general. For God's sakes, guys, pay attention and think carefully about what you say when you hype up your games for any console. There is an audience on there who need their gaming fix as much as its competition. You need to think outside of the box instead of being stuck on those platforms you currently prefer that have all the power. People don't want to hear complicated stuff or derogative sentiments that will make them turn away from that game coming onto their selected platform. All install bases need to grow. And quit giving the asinine excuse about the Wii U's install base being so small because it needs to grow as much as its competition, because all sides have a small install base as of right now, and you aren't doing any favors with what you say. This is an industry that deserves better than what is currently going on, and companies like you aren't doing any favors if you continue to act that way. Don't even let us down, because that arrogance could mean your possible downfall, guys. Seriously, you have been warned. Alright guys, be sure to rate this video as well as leaving your comments in the comments section below. If you agree or disagree, then let me know why. Also be sure to subscribe to my channel for more content coming from me in the future that you won't find anywhere else. This is RRPG signing off saying Godspeed and game on gamers. Have a good one.